get a flat-headed screwdriver, and I'll just put it down in between here, push, and just give it a little twist, and that will allow me to get in behind the roll pin. There we go. And we'll take our little lever for our accelerator pump, and this goes in the inside hole. And we'll just kind of, I pushed this pin out a little too far, so we'll just tap it back there. And this goes in the inside hole. And we will take our screwdriver, stick it in behind that, and we will line up the hole for that to come through. Which is easier said than done here. Give me a second. There we go. And we will kind of line up the hole right there. And then we'll go ahead and take our screwdriver and just give this pin a twist. There we go. And that'll hold your accelerator pump in place. And then we'll go ahead and just push that through like that, and that holds our accelerator pump. And you can hear that it's working already. Okay, I'm now going to finish up putting the choke linkage together. And we have another one of our little clips here. And we're going to stick that right through there like that. And we'll just go ahead and push our clip down on there. There we go. And just take your pliers and just give it a quick pinch. There we go. That's not going anywhere. So we got that on. Next step I'm going to do is I'll put back in my secondary metering rods. And here's the hanger. And you put them together so this goes in like this. And they just hang on there. And they just sit down on that cam. And they go down through these two holes down in there. And they just sit right on there. And there's one little tiny screw that holds that all together. So we'll go ahead and tighten that little tiny screw there. And this does not take a lot. Just barely snug that thing up. You can use a little Loctite on there if you want. That will strip out. Okay, so we'll back it off here a little bit, get an overview of the carb. It's coming together. It definitely looks like a carburetor now. We're coming down to the home stretch. Let's see. We'll put on our little piece of vacuum line. And I'm reusing the same one. This one is in absolutely perfect shape. There was some paint that was chipping off it, so there was nothing wrong with this piece of hose. So I'm just going to reuse it. And that just Slides on like so. There we go. Okay, now we'll go ahead and we'll put in our idle adjust needles, and like I said before, that these were in 2 turns from stock, so that's exactly where I'm going to leave them. Why mess with a good thing? And if they need adjusting, then I'll do it out on the boat, but I'm going to go ahead and put those in. Okay, so I went ahead and put the needles in, and like I said, I turned them all the way in, and I backed them out exactly 2 turns. So when you turn these in, don't turn them in so they're really hard. You just want to barely bottom out, just so until you start feeling a little bit of resistance. That is some soft metal in there, and you don't want to mess things up. So just put them in until they bottom out a little bit. And I went ahead, like I said, I turned them out to 2 full turns on each needle. The next step I'm going to do is put in the fuel filter. And I went ahead and cleaned everything all out, the spring, and we have the new gasket for the housing, and we also have the little gasket for on the end of the filter. So we will go ahead and take the little gasket and we'll put it down inside there like that. When you put the fuel filter in, you want the hole to be towards the opening, because it's going to do absolutely no good if you put it in the other way and you put this flat panel up against there. You're not going to allow anything in. So you want the hole towards the inlet of the housing. And we'll go ahead and put our new gasket on here, and the spring, and that goes inside here, and we'll go ahead and screw this together. Okay, and that basically concludes the rebuild of our carburetor. We are out of parts in our kit, and I am no expert when it comes to this. This is the second marine carburetor I've done. I've done a couple on cars back in the early 90s, and I'd have to say these ones run better than those, so I kind of basically knew what to do. But I did go on the internet, do a lot of research to see what other people did, and just went from there, added my own. As far as putting it back together, there is no right and wrong in the order of the steps. Just make sure you get your choke linkage up through, because I had to tear the whole carburetor apart because I forgot to put that little thing back in there. And I put the linkages back the same. I went ahead and left my idle screw in there this time, so I didn't even have to mess with that. So I'm pretty sure that my idle should be set when I put it back on the boat. And that's it. If anyone has any hints or tricks that they could please chime in and teach me. And the next video I make is I will install this carburetor on the boat and fire it up and see how she goes. And if she needs any adjustments, I'll show you how to do those. And good luck to anybody if they ever wanted to tackle this. As you can see, it wasn't all that hard. I think the longest thing it was tearing it apart and cleaning it. As far as putting it back together, if I wasn't doing this on video, I could have had it done within 10 minutes. So good luck to anyone who wants to try this out there, and happy boating.